Yes.
So I don't have to follow the questions. Huh?
Yes. I guess. But you should you kind of close out the way, right? The content should be kind of the same. Okay. You cannot say increased individuals, increased the number of individuals in the increased number of individuals in the population believe that they've been what? What do you mean? When they gain false knowledge and fake knowledge and believe that they have been revealed to them? Okay, because I think it's just a language thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so as a result, an increased amount of individuals gain fake knowledge and beliefs that what's this review part? From these falsehoods or from this deception or from these lies, from these revelations, okay, also can. Just be now joining. Okay, everyone should be done now. Right, let me just go through the elaboration. Okay, so misinformation in the form of false, misleading, or deceptive content is highly sensational due to the due to the storytelling methods it employs, made possible with precisely the ease of content creation. So I talk about the ease of content creation again in this paragraph, but I talk about how it is making it easier for storytelling. Okay, so this is moving on. This is our next question here. Okay, so basically, how does misinformation spread? Okay, so with SMPs designed to maximize user interaction and views, the algorithms on them would prioritize sensational content such as misinformation, increasing the prevalence of deception and falsehoods. Okay, so very simply, basically, you just need to talk about how when there's a rise in prioritization of profit, okay, the algorithms will do this. Okay. Next, as a result, users become exposed to content that misleads any thoughts they may develop. This is not full stop. This is I can't erase it. Okay, it's like some kind of like blemish. Okay. Any thoughts they may develop about democratic process, skewing their perspectives and diminishing their trust in democratic processes. Okay, so this is basically how I would write out my elaboration. Okay, let me take a look at yours later on. Okay, this is yeah. All right, let's move on to the next step. Okay, for this next step, same thing. We're going to look at intensification here. Okay, or actually both work. Sorry. Both either intensification or limitation. Okay, so let me tell you what is the strategy that you should be using in this situation. Okay, you can use something known as your conditions. Okay, conditions will work like this. Okay, number one, step one, identify condition for example plus topic sentence to work /exist. Okay, so to be more specific, what is the condition for spread of misinformation to occur, especially during this US 2016 presidential election? Okay, what is the condition for that to occur? Alright, next, two steps here. Okay, you can split that into two steps. Both are step 2. Okay, you only can choose one branch, whichever branch you want to go. Show how met, show how not met. Met is your intensification. Okay, and then this is your limitation. Okay, right now, can you all just think of some very, very basic conditions here? What is the condition for misinformation to spread about this US 2016 presidential election? What are some conditions for misinformation to spread and cause people to be diluted? Okay, key thing is this one. Yeah. What is the condition for people to be, to have different opinions about the democratic process, to have false opinions about the democratic process? Anyone? Condition?
No trust.
No trust in what?
Political institutions.
The condition is that there has to be no trust in political institutions in order for this to work or exist. Okay, that works. Anyone else? There's a lot more conditions here.
Education.
Okay, very close. Okay, but more of what? Not say education.
Awareness.
Okay, awareness about misinformation, correct? So maybe what we call this is digital literacy. Okay, so there has to be lack of digital literacy here. Okay, anything else? One very important one. Okay, this one I give you a hint. The hint is rules.
Do they have like POFMA?
Yeah, not exactly POFMA.
Like as in like the
POFMA is what?
those,
No, POFMA is what?
like those stuff that restrict against.
Okay, so what I'm looking for here specifically, okay, is yes, POFMA, but because in US there's actually no such thing as POFMA, because US is a country, freedom of speech and shit like that, right? But it's more about the fact that there's a lack of regulations or lack of rules on these platforms. okay, in order for this miscellaneous to exist. Okay, so this is where I'll get you to essentially write out the evaluation portion right now. Okay, so 3 things here that has already been mentioned. Okay, the first one is your rules. Okay, second one here is your literacy. Okay, and the third one, what's the third one that you mentioned?
Regulations.
No,
Oh,
the first one.
trust.
Oh, trust, yes, trust. Trust in government. Okay, so you can use any one of these conditions here. Okay, basically, then you go into how can it be met or how it is not met. Okay, what happens if it's not met or what happens if it is met. Okay, then your step 3 should always end up with linking that to your topic sentence. So tell me, how does it, either bolster your point or how does it, weaken your point, whichever. Okay, so yeah, take your time to write. Okay, let me take a look at your stuff. Yes, on the back. Okay, so this is your writing questions, is it?
Only have one.
Only one.
Then I'll give you the second one.
Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, I don't see why this part, okay, is more. Furthermore, the increased viewership will affect the algorithms.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure how to use spread. Because I couldn't think of enough point.
No, so I mean you can just use the same thing that I wrote. It's fine. Just need you to practice thinking of the questions only. That's all. Yeah. So the content-wise is still the same. It doesn't matter. It's just that the fact is you didn't really tell me how it's because of it's sensational. That's why the algorithms prioritize it. Because of profit, the algorithms prioritize it. Okay. Okay. What's the purpose of here right here? If SMP is designed to maximize user interaction. Yeah, so you didn't give me the reason why algorithms will prioritize it. Okay, let me see. Okay, your this one, very good. Okay, so this one is wrong, factually wrong already. This prompts them to prioritize putting out misinformation. It's not them who does it. It's the algorithms who subconsciously does it. Okay, it's because of the way that the algorithms are designed. Okay, because the way that the platforms are designed. Okay, not because it prompts them to do it. Okay, Okay, the rest is fine. Good, good. To spread false claims on, for instance. Hmm?
Oh,
No, see, no, this is URL, right? Claims on, for instance. Okay, so wrong lah. Maybe going on. Spread claims on comma, for instance, is it? Like, okay, try to give me an example, is it? Okay, so here, starting off your elaboration is already becoming very narrow. Why? Actually, let me see this one. Okay, when I read this paragraph, essentially what I'm thinking is that, oh, civilians are the ones that are choosing to spread false information to earn more money from monetization. Okay, so that's wrong. This should be maybe in front, maybe this you can put in back. Okay, because usually we always go from top down. Okay, it's a bottom up lah. Like we start from the general, then we go to the narrow portion. So narrow portion should be mentioned later on, which is your civilians, malicious intentions, etc.
So if I just change it to
Change the order. No, also cannot. Because you have to make sure that your order is correct. Okay, make sure that the order is correct. It's talking about all algorithms on social media platforms are designed, yes, to maximize user interaction. Thus, it will spread misinformation. All this is correct. Okay, nothing wrong with this. Then you want to state your malicious intent one, right? Okay, you need to state how in addition, users or civilians or individuals, all is fine. Okay, with having this increased access to social media can exploit this to further skew people's views about political parties. Yeah, then you can move on straight to the example already. That should be your last statement. Okay, so basically talk about the general and talk about the specific.
Also because social media platforms is
Yes, it's the main point. Yeah. It's not about individuals or civilians. It's about the rise of these platforms specifically somehow. Okay, civilians runs it. Yeah, let me see it. This one not very well, because you're essentially just repeating whatever you mentioned here. Okay, go on.
Hi.
Because we're talking about nation and government. Able to implement regulation. So what? Okay, so yeah, not necessarily wrong with anything. How is the rights of social media platform undermine integrity of them? Okay, actually, it's just that it's a bit here, you need to state that there is a lack of any rules and regulations where in governments or in social media platforms. So in this case should be governments lah. Right. Okay then. What else do you say? Alright. The other thing. Okay. Oh, okay, so you don't write all three. Yeah, it's not about writing all three. It's more about, okay, let me explain to you how I write it lah. Okay? Because I'm not going to write it about. Okay, I will just explain to you how I write it. Okay, so step one, identify condition for this to exist. Okay, so you write it out. So, however, stop here. However, misinformation only. Okay, misinformation will have the ability to manipulate the beliefs of many only when there is a lack of regulations of these SMPs. Okay, that is your step one. Step two is when you look at either intensify or limitation. Okay, choose one, which one do you want to do? Okay, intensify. So lack of ability, lack of regulation of these SMPs. So in addition, okay, in 2016 itself, these regulations were not as developed as the platforms that people use to spread misinformation were not comprehensive in their regulation. So yeah, that's your step 2. Then done already. So as then your step 3, okay, which is your link for this sentence. As a result, this further increases the risk of misinformation influencing citizens, thus causing or thus undermining the integrity of the democratic process. So step 1, step 2, step 3. Because right now what we're doing is just essentially listing 3 different conditions without any evaluation. Okay? But if you list 3 conditions and you evaluate each one, also very good, right? Yeah, but the key thing is to make sure to understand the process first. Because you won't always be able to identify 1, 2, 3, right? For example, like just now, maybe you only manage to identify 1 on your own, right? If you were in exam conditions, you might not be able to identify so many. Okay. How? Hey, do you have other videos? Like the hope call?
No.
Like my favorite phrase in English. Okay, there's this China guy. He sells sign on. Do you know? My favorite phrase in English is that do not bite the hand that
Oh, I know.
that fingers you. Something like that. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Look, it's a legit video. Very quite funny. And you can see more. You done?
No, I haven't been.
Is it your friend Rachel supposed to come?
Oh no.
Like,
She asked me to tell her she couldn't make it.
okay. Okay, that's good. Don't be so stressed, eh? No, Hmm? No, it's fine.
I haven't linked. But sure.
Okay. Alright, mostly very good. Yeah, let's see what's here. Undermining is fine. Limitation, right? Oh, but it's really undermining, is it? Oh, okay. So this is not really undermining. It's the fact that it doesn't link together. You're digitally illiterate, but you talk about government recognizing. Oh wait, okay, that's right. Yeah, 1 second. More campaigns that educate the public on feature. Oh no, this is fine. It's just that the fact is you didn't link it back. You're only at the last step to you haven't finished the link yet. So link it back to what is the impact on political process. Okay, so maybe misinformation, how will it affect? Maybe there's a lesser effect in this situation. Okay, but it's still talk about how does it affect. Okay, let's move on. Everyone, can you look at the last page, SB3? Okay, we'll do one more quick, SB2, sorry, SB2 plus SB3. SB2, we'll do one quick last exercise and then we'll end here for today. Okay, so SB2 here is essentially looking at the example of Macron leaks. Okay, so what is Macron leaks? Alright, it is basically the French Prime Minister, okay, or is it President? French Prime Minister, President. The French presidential election, basically what happened was that this candidate, Macron, he got his political communications leaked. Okay, what is political communications? It's basically his emails, his text messages, his correspondence with like government officials, things like that. It got leaked out into the public. Okay, so what happened here? It caused a huge widespread chaos. Okay, it caused a lot of people to panic. But why? Okay, how did this even happen? Okay, it is because of malicious actors from overseas being able to influence elections. How? Yeah, one sec. Hi, you are? Okay, good. You go outside first. Let me finish my class.
Yeah.
Okay. Marcus, not here yet.
Yeah,
Okay, so like I was saying, alright, so it allowed them to it basically influence the political election by leaking this information. Okay, so what is the topic sentence here? Okay, let me just write it out very quickly, then I'll get you all to do the elaboration. Okay, sorry, I'll get you to do the evaluation of example, not the elaboration, the evaluation example. Okay, so this is the topic sentence. Okay, so just copy it down first, and we go on to the evaluation of example. Okay, can. Alright, so everyone go on to the evaluation example here. Okay, let us look at a very simple strategy known as your cost benefit analysis. Okay, so this cost benefit analysis, okay, how do we do it? Okay, let us do a intensification here. Intensification of our point, okay, basically bolstering our point. Alright, so step one of your intensification, okay, intensification, very, very clear. Step one is to repeat, not repeat, is it repeat? No, not repeat. Opposite impact of topic sentence. Okay, basically the topic sentence says that it's a negative, you state the benefit first. Okay? Topic sentence says it's negative, you state the benefit first. Okay, so this one we will state the benefit first. Okay, so just make it clear for you guys. Make sure that this one is a positive. Step 2, we will state the similar impact of topic sentence. So we will state a negative. Then lastly, we will show how number 2 outweighs number 1. Okay, that's all. Okay, so here, this is what I need you guys to very quickly do. What do you think can be a possible positive, okay, possible positive of leaking political communications? Expose their wrongdoings. Okay, can. Let's look at a general benefit. Because exposing wrongdoing sounds like a very more negative kind of thing. Okay, make it more general. It's like key. 赛题 okay trends not transgender but trends what the benefit here is that it becomes more trends.
Transparent.
Yes, transparent. Okay, so it becomes more transparent about how the political leaders are working. Okay, this is because you cannot just look at a very specific point. Okay, because in this situation, obviously, yes, this example, it is specifically targeted at Macron. But how about, let's say, other situations whereby people manage to leak political communications or try to influence public opinion? Here, okay, even though they can try to influence public opinion, it makes it much more transparent. Okay, but what is the negative then? Anyone? Privacy leak. So what? How does it maybe affect how does it affect our question right now? Think of something that affects our question. Yes?
Oh.
Okay, so this is where you will your privacy leak, yes. This is where you talk about how it can erode public trust. Okay, so first step, okay, we talk about your transparency, even though it is meant to induce transparency, all it led to was public trust being undermined, that the country is not safe enough, that the country is not secure enough, okay, that the infrastructure is not well protected, whatever. Alright, then your step 3 is just to show as a result with citizens being citizens trust being eroded, the repairing of relations becomes a much more monumental task to undertake. Okay, alright. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. Alright, let me just go and get something printed out for you all before you all leave. Okay, so just sit down first. before tomorrow, right?